Hello, class. I'd like to answer problems that are similar to questions number 5, 6, 7, and 8 from your 2-2 homework assignment. So let's begin. The first thing I want to point out is I'm going to use StatCrunch to answer some of these questions, and there's really no tab where you would just press StatCrunch. Kind of like when we have data, you click the two tables and StatCrunch automatically opens up. So if I click the question help button and then StatCrunch, my StatCrunch will open up. Now, we could draw curves by hand. There's a table in the back of the book that will help you do so. But I want to use StatCrunch to do this. So I'm looking for the area under a curve. Oops, let me shrink this. The area under a curve that lies between two values. So it looks like for question A, the two values are negative 0.37 and positive 0.37. Okay, so if I open up my StatCrunch, I click Stat, Calculators, Normal. If they do not provide a mean and a standard deviation, we can leave this as 0 and 1. And now we want to find values between. So here's standard. I click the between button, and now I can enter negative, I think it was 0.37. Let's just double check that. Yeah, and positive 0.37. Oops, I forgot the decimal point. There we go. I press compute. So negative 0.37 to positive 0.37 looks something like this. And my answer, I'm going to try and cut and paste this. And I have to be careful with rounding. It says go 4 decimal places. So let's take off a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we should be good to go. I check answer. It says nice work. I'll do one more. The area between negative 1.28 and 0. So again, I can press StatCrunch. I'll redo this. I'll click Stat, Calculators, Normal, and Between. Right? If I just wanted the area, like say, to the left of, I don't know, 0.9, I would just do this, right? Standard, give me the area, the probability that is less than 0.9. But since we want between, I have to click the between button and then enter the values. Negative 1.28 and looks like 0. I'll put in 0, I press compute, and I will try to cut and paste this as well. Let's see if it can work. And again, I have to go 4 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're good to go. So I'm going to move on to question number 6. And now it says find the area under the normal curve to the left of negative 1 plus the area to the right of positive 1. Okay, so let's do this. StatCrunch. I'm going to open 2 tables. So Stat, Calculators, Normal. I'm going to go to the left of 1, or I'm sorry, negative 1. I press compute. So to the left of 1 would be this area. To the right of 1, I'm sorry, to the left of negative 1 would be this area. To the right of positive 1 would be the area if I were to shade this area here. So really, I could just double this value. If I add this 2 times, because it's symmetric, my answer should be about 0.3 and change. Let me show you what a second calculator looks like. Stat, calculator, normal. This time, I'm going to go to the right of 1. And then I'll press compute. There we go. Notice I have the same area, 0.158. Right, so I have to add these together. Right, again, let's just look at the question. Right, it asked us to go to the left of negative 1 plus the right of 1. So I have to add those 2 together. And let's see if I can find it. That's basically this value plus this value. So I multiplied the 0.158 times 2, and that is my answer. So to 4 decimal places, we'll enter 0.3173. That's okay. Let's get out of here. And we'll check our answer. We get the well done. Let's try number 7, right? Because number Part A and B are very similar, right? We'd have to do it twice and add the probabilities. Number 7. Okay, so assume that the variable x is normally distributed. We have a mean of 50, so right, the line that splits our normal curve is 50, and a standard deviation of 7. Compute the probability, draw the curve. Okay, so right away, without using technology to draw the curve, I know we're looking for the probability that x is greater than 41. So I look for 41, and greater would be to the right? So letter B, I believe, would be my answer. We can verify that by pressing question help, stat crunch, and then we're going to draw this. But now, in the past, we left the mean as 0 and the standard deviation as 1, I believe. So this time they actually provide us with the mean. The mean is 50, and the standard deviation was 7. And we want to know the probability that x is greater than 41. So I do x greater than 41, right? That comes from over here. I press compute, and remember what this picture looks like, right? So there's my probability, but the first question really just asks us to pick the correct graph. So you see that graph B looks most similar to this, okay? So I'm going to click graph B, final check, and then for the second part, they want the probability, which I believe was this 0.9007 and change, and I believe we have to round to 4 decimal places. So I'll truncate a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. I press check answer. We're looking good. Let's do one more. Number 8. All right, so now it looks like the probability is going to be between two values. So you're going to only shade values greater than 34 but less than 66. So to me, that looks like question letter B, right? Greater than 34 but less than 66. Check answer. And then if we want to get that probability, again, we use StatCrunch, my new best friend. I can press stat, calculators, normal. Now we want between two values. They gave us a standard deviation, I believe, is still 50 and 7. 50 for the mean and 7 for the standard deviation. And the two values were 34 and 66. Right? X is going to be between 34 and 66. There's my probability. And by the way, notice that this graph looks similar to choice B, right? There was just a little bit of unshaded area on both ends. But again, this is what we want, the probability, the 0.9777. Let's put that in there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. Check answer. We're looking pretty good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.